Get your goddamn knee off my neck! 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 Get your goddamn
I know. Because you keep saying the same thing. Cam and I are fine. Why does it sound like you don't believe me? We're fine. We won't. I'm not just saying that to get you off the phone. We won't. I love you too. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Sorry, you know how my dad likes to talk. What's wrong? Kim.
We should go.
I thought we talked about this.
No, you talked and I listened.
And I thought you agreed.
I was silent.
I thought that was you agreeing with me.
If I agreed with you, I would have said so.
Look, my dad's been calling me every day since the world went to shit, okay? He doesn't want us to be part of the problem.
Okay, so you think that the protesters are part of the problem and not the cops that are slaughtering us?
Slaughtering? Try picking a different word. These are unfortunate tragedies.
Unfortunate. When you are, I don't know, driving down the street and someone jumps in front of your car and you don't have enough time to stop, so you hit them and they die, that's an unfortunate tragedy. But when you put your knee on someone's neck for 9 minutes, ignoring all the times they told you that they couldn't breathe, that's a slaughter.
But you're not looking at how it started. It didn't need to get to that point.
Did you even watch the video?
Did you? Nishan was angry before the cop even said anything. He was very calm, very respectful. He said, "Excuse me, sir, can I see your ID?"
Okay, but police can only ask for your ID if there's a reasonable suspicion.
At the time, there was reasonable suspicion. The woman said a man assaulted her.
No. Don't try to exclude the racial element, all right? A white woman said she was assaulted by a black man, only to find out that she made the whole thing up. She was parked in a handicapped spot and she wasn't handicapped. And Nishan called her out on it, and she didn't like that very much, so she cried assault, and Nishan never even touched her.
Well, the cop didn't know that, though.
Because he didn't bother to ask. He didn't go and ask the white woman. He just went after the black man.
I didn't have to talk to the cop like that.
So because he had a slick mouth, that excuses the murder of an innocent black man?
Nishan Woods was not innocent. He was a drug dealer. He got arrested over 20 times.
So because he was flawed, that means his life didn't matter?
You're jumping. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the cop was doing his job.
It isn't your job to suffocate another human being because you think they're guilty of a crime that didn't even happen. Officer Wilson and those other cops had 9 minutes to pacify the situation.
Nishan kept resisting.
Because he couldn't breathe.
That's part of the bigger problem with black people. They don't know how to speak with law enforcement. You don't have to be aggressive or throw a temper tantrum because you have a prejudice against cops. Not all cops are evil.
Yeah, not all cops are evil. But if it's your job to serve and protect, no cop should be evil. I shouldn't have to look at a blue uniform and wonder if they have a moral compass.
I'm just saying that a lot of violence could be prevented if black people just did what they were told. I don't feel unsafe around cops, and that's because I know how to conduct myself.
Yeah, well, you're also the daughter of a white police officer.
And that's wrong?
No. It just means I'm talking to a brick wall.
So you're calling me biased.
You are. We've been together for 3 years, and anytime there's a police brutality situation, you side with the cops.
I'm not siding with anyone. I just notice a pattern. Black people need to cut back on hostility. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but so does Black demeanor.
Okay, so would you tell a deer not to be afraid of the hunters who are walking around with rifles?
And that's another thing. Black people are not being hunted.
Have you ever had a cop draw their gun on you?
You know I haven't.
Well, I have. You know why? Because I was washing my car. I guess it looked stolen. Angie, I'm glad bad shit hasn't happened to you, but that doesn't mean that you can gaslight the rest of us. We live in a world where a black person can be killed for jogging, but a white guy who goes on a killing spree is captured alive by the cops and given a cold water bottle as he waits to be taken to the station.
You don't think I want things to be better?
No, you do. You just think it's all on black people to make the change. But what about these so-called trained police officers who believe that taking out your gun and killing an unarmed black man or black woman is the proper way to handle a conflict?
So you think cops are not allowed to feel threatened?
Not when they're strapped. Not when they're wearing a bulletproof vest.
Look, Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter.
Of course all lives matter, but all lives aren't at risk.
I'm not saying I don't care about what's going on. I don't think anyone deserves to be killed, and I think black people have every right to feel upset. I'm just saying that I think they should go about it differently.
You know, you keep saying they. You know you're black too, right?
Wow.
Sometimes I feel like you don't know who you are. And I'm not blaming you for that. I mean, I know you never got to know your mom.
Well, I'm sorry my mom died when I was a baby. Shame on her.
No, that's not what I'm... You were raised by a white man. And I like your dad, all right? I really do. And I know he's not one of the bad cops, but he has no idea what it means to be black in America. And how could you if you've lived a sheltered life free of racism?
What is with you in this who is blacker shit? So because I've never been called a nigger, that makes you blacker than me?
Your viewpoint on race is influenced by someone who's never had to acknowledge their own race, or privilege for that matter. That's why you say a lot of ignorant shit. And so does your dad.
Like what?
Like what? There is not enough time in the world, Angie, but for one thing that comes to mind is the fact that your dad said protesters are part of the problem.
You don't think looting and burning down your city is wrong? They're exploiting this national tragedy to make off with a free TV.
Looters and rioters shouldn't be grouped in with protesters. Protesters aren't criminals. Looters and rioters, some of whom are paid police operatives, they're the criminals. I don't want to go downtown and steal shit. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to stand with everyone else who wants to put a stop to these senseless killings.
But don't you see what's going on downtown? It's a war zone. I don't want anything to happen to you.
I am tired of just posting shit on social media hoping that it speaks to somebody. I want to get out there. I could have been Nashawn.
You're not a criminal.
But I am a black man, and that's enough to put a bullet in my head.
Cam.
That's America. Freedom is a fallacy, America, she lied. Pursue the happiness unless your skin makes you a crime. Police and property, but they don't care about a life though. Maybe white folks, that's what people getting hype for. Black lives matter, we can't even have a slogan without white folks. Gentrifying, media is out of line. Still living life, but emotionally, I'm not fine. Come from slaves, say the shackles were mine. march in the street, they say your feet look fine. Black folks just lazy, this is all in your mind. So sadistic, blood on her hands and make you rinse it. Stains on my psyche, they never wanted to fix them. Oh, they want rights, put the knee on her neck. Create barriers to health, education, success. Don't give them loans, I'll choke out the rest. And they wonder why I'm stressed. That's America. That's America.